We understand you may be listening on channel 35 or another device. Keep one ear to the phone though, because there is a brief time delay between the live meeting and the broadcast. And if you're just listening to the broadcast, you may not press *6 quickly enough, and we may think you're no longer on the line. Finally, if you are also listening on another device, as soon as it's your turn to speak, please turn down the volume on your other devices right away. Because of the time delay and feedback, it will cause a lot of confusion if you continue to listen on your other devices. So thank you very much, Madam President, and we are ready to begin public comment.
Mr. City Attorney, for the record, items 12 and 18 are open for public comment.
Hola, hola a todos.
16, the mayor's veto.
But you're free to talk about it in general public comment.
Thank you.
Give you a minute. Okay. So my concern is that
Go
I own a
First caller.
EMD and we have
Caller ending in 1318, press *6 to unmute.
And the dream.
Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Item number 4.
Todavía no nos ha tocado el turno. Aquí estamos esperando,
Yes, we voted on it, but
muy emocionados.
public comment, if you will, so we can give you a minute.
Okay. So my concern is that I own a EEMD and we have regulations to be 700 feet away from any school. And the Dream Queen, or whichever the name is 500 feet away from the school. And they've been approved to move forward in this. That's just going to set a precedent for all the EEMDs to be allowed close to schools. So I highly suggest that council takes a look at that, because you should not be approving anything near a school.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Thank you, Speaker.
Yes, please, item if you want to speak.
Right. My name is Asata Umoja, and I'm calling again
Caller
because
ending in
I'm very concerned
8350, press
about
*6 to unmute.
decisions that are being made for our community that do not meet the needs of our community. I'm speaking specifically to
Caller ending in
Councilman Mark Ridley
8350,
Thomas
press
and any
*6
other
to unmute.
council people that are involved in this regarding the Lamert
Please
Park
state your name and the
Farmers
item you'd
Market.
like to speak on.
Yeah, that is a market
Can you hear
that
me?
we need.
Yes,
We
please.
need the
Which items you want to
community
speak
to
on?
have voice in
Right,
that.
my name
We
is
need to make
Asante
sure
Umoja,
that
and I'm
we
calling
do not
again
ignore
because
the
I'm
fact that
very
this area is
concerned
already
about
impacted as a
decisions
food
that are
business.
being made
I want to remind
for
you
our
again that
community
the Ralph's Market has
that do
closed
not
down.
meet the needs of our
Options,
community.
we need you to make
I'm
every
speaking specifically
opportunity
to
available
Councilman Mark
to the
Ridley
people
Thomas
that
and
are
any other
vending
council
there
people that
to
are
make sure
involved
that
in
they
this
get the
regarding
support
the
that they
Lamert
need,
Park Farmers
rather
Market.
than working
That is a
against
market
them and
that we
harassing
need.
them. Open
We
up the
need the
doors,
community to
make
have
opportunity
voice in that.
available for
We
them
need to make
be able to
sure
make it possible
that we
for us
do
to
not
have the
ignore the
services
fact that
that
this
we
area is
need
already
in our
impacted as a food
Again,
business.
I
I want to
shouldn't have
remind you
to
again
remind
that the
you that you
Ralph's
should
Market has
listen to
closed
the
down,
community.
and we need those options. We need you to make every opportunity available to
Caller
the
ending in
people that are
9313,
vending
press
there
*6
to make sure that they get the support that they need, rather than working against them and harassing them. Open up the doors, make opportunity available for them to be able to make it possible for us to have the services that we need in our community. Again, I shouldn't have to remind you this, because you should know the logistics of your community.
Please go ahead.
Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. I want
Caller
to
ending
speak
in
in favor of the
9313,
resolution
press *6 to unmute.
calling on the U.S. government to cease, to freeze the funding to Colombian security forces. Since
Caller
they
ending in
participate
9313,
when
press
a
*6 to unmute.
movement of mass protest against
Please state your name and the items you'd
widespread
like to speak on.
poverty, inequality, and social
My name is
injustice
Cesar, and I would like
arose.
to speak on number 18.
That's Cesar. He's part of CELA.
Human rights. These have included
Thank you. I want to speak in favor of the resolution
according to the
calling on the U.S.
NGO
government
Condori,
to
which is widely
cease,
respected as one of the most reliable
to
sources
freeze the funding for
recording cases
security
of
forces
violence.
since the
It has
April
included
8th,
at least
when
43
a mass
victims
movement
that
of
have
mass
died
protest
as
against
a result of police violence. There has been
widespread
militarization
poverty,
of multiple
inequality,
cities,
and social
including my home
injustice
city
arose.
in Colombia.
There have been
There
widespread
have been
violations of
22
human rights,
documented cases of
which
sexual
have
violence.
included 3,405 cases of police violence. This is according to the NGO Condori, which is widely respected as one of the most
Caller
reliable
ending in
sources
9097,
reporting
press
cases of
*6 to
police
unmute.
violence. It has included at least 43 victims that have died as a result of police violence.
State your name and the item.
There has been militarization of multiple
George
cities,
Johnson,
including
general
my home
public
city
comment.
in Colombia. There have been 22 documented cases
Hello,
of
LA
sexual
City
violence.
Council. Love you guys so
47
much.
documented cases
And I just am here to say, as a member of the National Hookah Community
Caller ending in
Association, that we
9097,
urge
press
you to
star 6
exempt
to unmute.
the hookah in the same manner already vetted by the state using SB 793's language. I really think it would make things a lot easier
Please
for
state your
everybody
name and the
instead
items
of
you'd
having
like
it
to
drawn
speak on.
out.
George Johnson,
drag out
general
battle.
public comment.
And,
Please
you know,
begin.
our community that we've created.
Hello,
and
LA
I've been
City Council.
welcomed into,
Love you guys
my
so
boyfriend
much.
I make
And I
hikes
just am
together, and
here to
I've never
say, as
felt
a member
such a
of the
warm,
National Hookah Community
beautiful
Association,
and it was
that we urge you to
extremely
exempt
painful to see
hookah
that
in the same
go
manner
the way of
already
the
vetted by the
dinosaur.
state using
So please help protect the
793's
culture
language.
and our community.
I really think it would make
Thank you
things a
very
lot
much.
easier for everybody instead of having a drawn out, drag out battle. And, you know, our community that we've created and that I've been welcomed into, my boyfriend and I make wooden hookah pipes together, and I've never felt such a warm, beautiful community, and it was extremely painful to see that go the way of the dinosaur. So please help protect the culture and our community. Thank you very much.
Violations of human rights at the hands of the Colombian government. The
Caller
US
ending in
currently
9010, press star 6 to unmute.
funding of the militarization of the Colombian police forces.
Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
As a result of the
Hello, my name is Damien. I'll be speaking on number 18.
Please go ahead.
So as a resident of the Greater Los Angeles region, it's important that the council stand in solidarity with my community, the Colombian community, against the egregious violations of human rights at the hands of the Colombian government. The U.S. is directly implicated in this violence through the continuous funding of the militarization of the Colombian police forces. Thus, I believe there's a power in solidarity. As a result of the national protest and strike, the Colombian government responded with violence and using SMOD against citizens, murdering 43 individuals as of the 26th of May. SMOD has also committed 2,387 cases of police brutality and has made 1,139 arbitrary arrests against the right to protest.
Your name and the item.
The government is also responsible for the 168 that have gone missing as of now of genocidal violence and many other direct violations against the United Nations standards of human rights. So as part of the Colombian diaspora, we do not agree with this egregious act.
Thank you, Speaker.
It's also important to me as a concerned
Caller ending in
citizen of America and a resident of
9830,
the
press
Greater Los
star
Angeles
6 to
area,
unmute.
because I believe that democracy is under
Please state
attack.
your name and the items
It's
you'd
very
like to
important
speak
to me
on.
that the council stand in solidarity with the people
Hi,
of
my name
Colombia,
is
which as a
Harley
country is
Crandall.
one
I'd
of
like
Latin
to speak
America's
on
oldest
the
democracies.
resolution for Colombia number
We believe in
18.
the ideals and precepts of small d democracy like free
Thank you.
speech and free
This resolution is
assembly.
important to me because I have close friends that are practically family, some of whom I've known since I was in third grade, who are Colombian. It's also important to me as a concerned citizen of America and a resident of the Greater Los Angeles area, because I believe that democracy is under attack. It's very important to me that the council stand in solidarity with the people of Colombia, which as a country is considered one of Latin America's oldest democracies. If we believe in the ideals and precepts of small d democracy, like free speech and free assembly, then we need to speak as one here in protection of democracy and basic human rights. The vicious, continued, and egregious violations of human rights at the hands of the Colombian government towards its own people must end. The United States federal government and our war profiteering military-industrial complex are directly implicated in this violence through the continuous funding for and supplying of the militarization of the Colombian public force. I believe there is power in making a statement of solidarity with the Colombian people. It tells the Colombian people that we see them and we know what is happening and that it's
Caller ending in 1429, press star 6 to unmute.
Governing board member, I am in support.
Please state your name and the items you'd like to
The
speak on.
resolution,
Carolyn G. on card, item 18.
Please go ahead. You have a
by
So,
urging
I am from
any
CD
further
13. I am speaking on in my capacity as an individual, but I'm an executive board member on the Democratic State Central Committee and a Silver Lake Neighborhood board member. governing board member. I am in support of the resolution to support the Colombian people by discouraging and any further supplying of weapons to the Colombian government. What they've done is equivalent to if last summer the police and military shot live rounds into the protesters last year. They have killed 59 people.
Thank you, Speaker.
Wonderful, thank you. First off, I want to thank the council.
Caller ending in 1524, press star 6 to
As a
unmute.
resident of the greater LA area and as someone who works in CD 13,
Please state your name and the
it is
items
really
you'd like to
important me
speak
that
on.
the council stands in solidarity today with my Colombian community. I think it's pretty safe to say that the egregious violations of human rights.
Please state your
at
name
the
and the
hands of
items you'd
Colombian
like to speak on.
Has to end.
Yeah, my name is Nico, and I'd like to speak on item 18.
To the funding
Sure, you have a
of the
minute.
police
Please begin.
and the continued training we give to the Colombian military.
Wonderful, thank you. First off, I want to thank the council for adding item number 18 to today's agenda. As a resident of the greater LA area and as someone who works in CD 13, it is really important to me that the council stands in solidarity today with my Colombian community. I think it's pretty safe to say that the egregious violations of human rights at the hands of the Colombian government has to end. The United States, of course, directly implicated in this violence through the funding of the police and the continued training we give to the Colombian military. So I'm really grateful for this resolution. I believe there's power in solidarity. And I just want to ask all of you to adopt this resolution and thank everyone in advance for supporting it. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Followed by 1 minute for general public comment.
Thanks for not cussing at me.
Thank you, Fogel.
Caller ending in 7719, press star 6 to unmute.
The cheerful helpers, Bloomfield and Willie Thomas, who
Thank you. Eric Present from Studio City. I'm happy to cuss with you, sir. I'd like to speak on the available items on general public comment.
And evidently,
3
Bureau of
weeks
Street
for items
Services
12,
is doing
13,
this. So I don't know if that
14,
means they're handing out
17,
food.
18,
Or
followed
they're
by
going
1
to buy
minute
the
for
food.
general
It's a
public
little
comment.
weird, frankly, because it's Ridley Thomas. But we do
Thank
like
you,
the idea of food distribution.
First, I would like to, thank you. I'd like to address the cheerful helpers, Bloomfield and Ridley Thomas, who have arranged for a little loose change to be added to the COVID-19 food distribution cost for season 10. And evidently, Bureau of Street Services is doing it. So I don't know if that means they're handing out food or if they're going to buy the food. It's a little weird, frankly, because it's Ridley Thomas. So we do like the idea of food distribution, I suppose. The YMCA in my district is having food distribution. A little murky, and I'll address that in another article. But item 12 today, you have the reauthorization of some of the NICLA money. And interesting stuff here. Here we're noticing something that they call the debt service. So this is the total estimated debt service for the municipal facility project, and also Clean Street vehicles is 70,855,000 to be precise, and that includes about 28 million in interest alone.
I don't know. I wish that you
could allow. What does it mean in real time? During the life of these bonds, every year, the debt service will be about 3.6 for the first 10 years, 3.6 million. So that means Corcoran has to find 3.7 million to make that debt service. So, they budget for it, but if things go south, as they always do, don't worry, the next 10 years it's a little less. It's only 3.4 million for the following 10 years. I don't know. I don't know. I wish that you guys would allow for more. I know that item 10, the Homeless and Poverty Committee, report. You only decide you're going to have a public hearing if nobody shows up in committee or something like that. That's sneaky and bad. And in terms of 17, which is the aerial imagery thing, whenever we sell our aerial imagery to the county for low prices, I worry that what are we giving away and for what? But I suppose since LA Bricks or something like that, Lariac 6 project, it's no good. I'm sure it's no good. I'd like to say thanks to Armbruster, Goldsmith, and Delbeck. I was thinking about them earlier. This is the group that provided took a quarterly payment over $900,000, one quarter, to help with AEG. And today, somebody texted me, I can't get an answer about when the budget ends up, but somebody texted me that Mitchell Englander has begun his sentence in Tucson, Arizona.
Mr. President, which item are you on?
I was trying to time it so it's time for general now, is it?
General public comment. Go ahead.
Is it general now?
Please
Very
begin.
good. Nice work. Thanks for the article about K, T-A-I-X. I'm going to get to Englander in 1 second. I've got the 60-second clock now. Here's the thing. Preservation is one thing. That means preserving and retaining some of the charm. But taking the sign and sticking it inside a 75-foot tower is not preservation, Mitch. And putting the sign in the restaurant, taking the nice wooden bar is a nice idea, but it's not preservation. So I don't know, these laws, I know you want another tower, and I'm sure everybody's clamoring. I'm surprised. And good luck with the hookah pipes. These folks deserve consideration. It's a cultural thing, and they're entitled. Mitch Englander, the cultural thing was pretending to be a good cop and all of you lining up right behind him while stealing, not just from the people, but from the poorest people through his various boot programs. So he's in Tucson, Arizona, serving his sentence. He'll be out in May of 2022 or something. Good luck. I don't know, or maybe we'll get those dates right. But I just think that this group is
Thank
so.
you, Mr. Previn. Next speaker.
Caller ending in 4089, press star 6 to unmute. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Arnie Abramian, general public comment.
Please go ahead. You have a minute.
Thank you, sir. Arnie Abramian, I'd actually like to take this opportunity to speak about hookah in Los Angeles. Mr. O'Farrell, thank you for the Arab Americans members that we have that we held April as Arab American Month. We actually met with Beirut Sister City, and they Ferris himself said, unbelievable, that hookah is going to be banned in LA. Hookah is a big culture of Lebanese Armenians, Persian Armenians, Lebanese, Palestinians, everybody. I do believe it's the right thing to mirror SB 793 and help the Arab Americans, Armenian Americans, and Angelenos. So I ask you, Mr. O'Farrell, to amend your motion to mirror SB 793. And Mr. Paul Gregorian, you got to help the Armenians out. You got to. Armenians have been there for you. Please be there for them. Thank you, everybody. And we don't need a Latina.
Just wanted to say that I think it undermined the Cultural Heritage Commission, what Mitchell Farrell
Caller
did.
ending in
Mitch is
1642,
my
press star 6 to
council
unmute.
person, and I'm very disappointed. No
Please state
sense
your name
of
and items you'd like to speak on.
historic preservation
Thank you.
whatsoever.
My name is
And
Susan
this was a
Winsberg. I
slap
wanted
in
to
the
speak in
face.
general comment and on
Just
number
talk
3.
about a couple signs in a bar top.
Number 3's
And
not open for public comment.
this is not
You're
a
free to talk
piecemeal
about it in general.
salvage
So let's give you a minute.
branch of the government. This
All right,
is for
thanks.
historic
Just wanted to say
cultural
that
monuments,
I think it undermined the Cultural
It's getting
Heritage Commission,
exciting,
what Mitchell
guys.
Farrell did.
I'm waiting for my turn to
And I'm
speak.
very disappointed.
So I'm super excited. I'm sharing this stream on my social media, on my Facebook, and my Twitter account. Also, I am streaming live on Instagram. So stay tuned. I'm waiting for my turn to speak. And I'm super excited. I mean, the full council is here. A lot of other fellow Colombians have joined us. This is,
the
I'm
menu and the
stoked.
signs and the bar top. Something could have been worked
Para
out
los que
here
no
with,
saben,
the
hoy
building itself,
esta
and then you can
resolución
build those glass towers around
de
the
Los
building.
Ángeles
But
va a
no,
hablar
everything's gotta get
de
knocked down.
primordialmente de
There's no
tres cosas.
historic preservation
It's
in
going to
the mind of
support the
Mitchell Farrell.
international
And it's
condemnation
very, very
of the
disappointing
repression
to
and
me.
the violence against civilians in
Please
Colombia.
respect the cultural heritage.
It's going to enforce the Leahy law and suspend aid that is going to go to arms and crowd control equipment from the SMAD. And 3 is going to guarantee freedom of assemble and of expression, and also of protesting And also a big piece of this resolution that is so exciting, it really talks about equity in terms of vaccinations and testing, healthcare, humanitarian aid, and vaccination. As you know, Colombia, 42% of our community is under the poverty line. People earn $230 a month to survive. It's just so exciting to see Colombia supporting Los Angeles, supporting Colombia. And this community that is soon uniting and organizing and emerging is super excited to see it work together to get this resolution going. I couldn't be happier or more excited to be part of this moment in our history as people that live in the U.S. Hold on, maybe they're calling me. Never mind, that wasn't for me. No se preocupe que no fue para mí, so don't worry about it. That wasn't mine. Pero I'm here waiting, estoy esperando en la fila para que me dejen hablar aquí en el Consejo de Los Ángeles para expresar mi opinión sobre la... Todavía usted puede llamar, vaya a mi perfil, ahí he compartido muchas cosas y ahí usted también puede participar.
Hi, Jenna. I just wanted to speak on now the instructions are a little bit confusing, so I think my numbers would go into general public comment.
Hola a todos, bienvenidos. We're voting on item 18 aquí en el City Council. Thank you for joining. I keep trying to get this stream live bigger and better, so here it is for you guys. There you go. On Instagram. Super exciting to be here. Gracias a todos. Hi.
The tax restaurant is very important.
Speaker, are you there?
State your name and the items you'd like to
No sé si tengo comentarios acá, a ver, voy a mirar. Ah, sí tengo comentarios por acá, a ver. Oh, my mom is calling in. Super emocionante.
Press star 6 to unmute.
And I'd like to speak in support of the motion by council members De Leon and Cedillo.
Caller ending in 8255, press star 6 to unmute. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Yes, I'd like to speak on item 18. My name is Sarah Maris. I live in CD5. I'm a constituency in support of the motion by council members De Leon and Cedillo. I'm very concerned about the
Vamos, Colombia.
Killings of dozens of peaceful unarmed protesters in Colombia, and I'd like to make sure that that we do not end up inadvertently supporting that. And I support the motion's call for a review under the Lacey law of how existing aid to Colombia has been used.
Can you guys hear it okay? Let me know if you can hear it okay. If you can see the council meeting and if you can hear it okay.
Caller ending.
If you can hear okay,
press star 6
let me
to
know.
unmute. Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Ethel Rubio, general public comment.
Please speak it.
Good morning, Council President Martinez and City Council members. I am a very proud Angelino for over 30 years. I live and work in Council Member Nisia Ramos District. Most of all, I'm a Filipino American in Los Angeles. Filipino Americans in this community and worldwide are being marginalized in the decision of LAWA to relocate the Philippine Airlines base from the LAX.
Hi, welcome, Colombianos. We need to have the family from Cela here too. Cela, who can join from Cela?
The move will aggravate the mobility of
Caller
the Asian
ending in
population, who makes up more
9919,
than a
press
third
star
of the Philippines
620.
flagship
Yeah, I think
carrier
Vanessa's
passengers.
not able,
There is a
but
model of
I can't because I'm like using everything.
criteria safety wheelchair user passengers for departure flights.
Public comment?
Please help us in reversing this decision on behalf of.
Remember to call, it's item 18. It's not too late. You can go to the link in my bio and learn more about what you can say, or you can just simply go to my profile and I have like a really easy way to join. So join us. Gracias for the support and the love.
Generally, I wanted to speak to in general public comment. The current amended version is not a historical preservation initiative. It's a salvage, essentially. And the Echo Park Neighborhood Council has not had adequate time to weigh in on what will essentially set a precedent for preservation.
Well, I'd like to echo my support for number 18 and support for the people of Colombia.
If you are not happy with what you're seeing here on Instagram, no problem. You can go to my Twitch account, to my Facebook account,
Initiative. It's a salvage
official, and you can see it better. In my YouTube channel, it's also being shown. So a lot of places, if this is a little cumbersome for you, we're trying to just bring you how exciting it is today to have the city of Los Angeles, the second largest city in the country, supporting a resolution for Colombia that is doing three things. Just so you all know. Number one, it condemns the violence against protesters in Colombia by the police and by the anti-riot unit called SMAD. It also enforces the Leahy law, which would stop the aid for arms and for law enforcement that it goes against civilians every day and really threatens thousands of people in Colombia. There's been about 43 people that have died. Over 3,000 people have suffered from violence in Colombia. So this is super important. And third, which is very exciting and is a little bit of a broader scope, it talks about guarantee testing for Colombians in terms of COVID. Colombia has been hit by COVID-19 so hard. You know, more than 43% of the population in Colombia live under the poverty line. So this resolution also calls out a humanitarian aid for Colombia, for vaccinations, and also for human rights to be defended for all Colombians. So it's a super exciting part of this resolution. You can learn more about it si van a colombianosenlosangeles.org, colombianosenlosangeles.org, and speak about and learn more about what this resolution does, and support us on social media, and support us by calling the city council and expressing your views.
Hi, my name is Tanya Roa, and I would like to speak on agenda item 18.
Please go ahead.
So I believe we must take a stand by implementing the
Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. As I said, my name is Tanya Roa, and I live in Los Angeles County. My parents immigrated here from Colombia, so this resolution is very important to me. I want to first thank the Latino Caucus for already supporting this resolution, and I urge the rest of you to join them.
Oh, go Tanya.
The U.S. has an important role to play in the conflict in Colombia because our tax dollars fund their weapons and their military supplies. So I believe we must take a stand by implementing the Leahy law and stopping this funding that is leading to this violence that we are currently seeing. We have a long-standing relationship with this country, so I think it's in our best interest.
You can do it.
Thank you for all of your time, and have a great day, everyone.
If anybody can just find our website, Colombianos en Los Angeles, and post it on the comments, I will pin it. I can't do it right now because I'm like concentrated on the meeting and everything else. But if you have, please go to colombianosenlosangeles.org and type it on the comments so that I can pin it for you guys.
Regarding agenda item 3.
So we'll give you a minute for general. Please begin.
Please listen to the nearly 5,000 residents who signed.
If anybody can do me a favor and type colombianosenlosangeles.org so that I can pin that comment.
Into the building plan. Why is this not acceptable to our councilman O'Farrell? Historic preservation is very important to our city, and undermining LA's Cultural Heritage Commission is not going to be tolerated. To use the meddling of text
Anybody? Oh, okay, I'm gonna do this. There you go. Go for more information, go to Colombianos en Los Angeles, and also join us. We're doing a lot of incredible organizing, and we're forming a really exciting group. CELA, Colombianos en Los Angeles, is amazing. On Thursday, we're having a meeting about fundraising for Colombia, and on Sunday, we're gonna have our first retreat. So we hope that you can join us. You can go to the link in my bio, or you can also go to colombianosenlosangeles.org and follow CELA.org. It's also fun and exciting right now.
Caller ending in 5110, press star.
Welcome, everyone.
Please state your name and the items you'd like to speak on.
Hi, my name is Binksy White, and this call is primarily for Kevin DeLeon for the general comment. And the LGBTQIA community. I just want to thank everyone for supporting Green Queen. Like, I am a bisexual Latina in the queer community downtown, and I'm speaking on behalf of.
If anybody hears my number, the last 4 digits of my number is 7295. Please let me know, because I'm very distracted with all the streaming live here and the exam. I'm so stoked. I really never thought that something like this will happen. So I'm like la madrina of this idea. So I'm very excited.
Already been bringing so much positivity and community downtown. You know, as we're beginning Pride Month, I think this could be a really great way to step forward this, past pandemic this year.
No sé, pregúntales en el chat. Es que no me puedo salir del chat y porque estoy aquí mostrando en vivo.
Okay, that concludes public comment, members. Let's go ahead and vote on the following items. Let's vote on item number 9, 10, 12 through 15, and item 17. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Blumenfield.
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin.
Bonin, aye.
Buscaino.
Aye.
Cedillo.
Cedillo, aye.
DeLeon.
Aye.
Harris Dawson.
Aye. Yes.
Rodriguez.
Correct.
Aye.
Aye.
15
Victorian.
matters are
Aye.
adopted forthwith.
Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
No, hold on.
Aye.
It's not like that because we have an item. So we have an item in the on the floor, so we can definitely speak.
Rodriguez.
So let's see.
Aye. 15 ayes. These matters are adopted forthwith.
Let's move on to item number 3. This is called special by Mr. O'Farrell.
Oh, people are calling me and
If there are any questions about this, we have a city attorney.
So just so you all know, they have not voted yet. Item 18 is probably gonna be heard later. They're just going for item 3. So don't go on despair.
Is to address why we are
Just keep
proceeding in
waiting.
this particular manner.
Keep waiting.
This situation is not unlike putting a round peg in a square hole.
We have like an
It's a
actual.
very unique situation. It doesn't have applicability.
I can't get out of
to other
the.
buildings.
I can't get out of the
Heritage
screen.
Commission's comments reflect
Oh my God.
recognition of the historic and cultural significance of Tex Restaurant and its continuous operations for nearly a century, rather than the physical premises. Having a legacy business program in place, which
okay.
Councilmember Price has initiated, really needs to happen. And given everything that.
So ahora lo que está pasando es que están mostrando los diferentes puntos, como ven aquí, item 3, y ahora tenemos que esperar a la número 18.
But currently, we just don't have the tools we need to accomplish that objective. On Tex in particular, I think there is no question that it's a legacy business and every effort should be made to stay
Exactly.
in business. Those were the words of Cultural Heritage Commission Barry Malofsky. And I share those sentiments, which is why I recommended we proceed in the manner that we are. The objective is to have this legacy business and not the building necessarily. Cultural Heritage Commissioner Canner said, the architectural quality is just kind of negligible on the exterior and the interior. Cultural Heritage Commissioner Barron and Kennard compared it to Disneyland and a set design. And Commissioner Barron further stated, it's not architecture as to what we want to consider architecture. And I appreciate
All right,
all the
guys,
callers,
back to
folks who have sent
this.
emails, and I join
Because
so
some
many
people
of
jump the
campuses
gun
in
and
recognizing
call on
what
public
text restaurant
comments, and
means
that
to
was
the
not what we were
community in
supposed to
Echo Park
do.
and far
We
beyond.
had our own
For
little
decades,
item in the agenda, and
so
we
many of us,
can
including
call on
myself,
like
have
on support
countless
for that.
memories
So we're
there.
waiting.
Um,
Yeah, some of us jump in the gun,
a customer
but
at tech since the 1980s. Unfortunately, nostalgia will not save the business. In this case, it is my main objective to do everything possible to give this business a chance to survive. That simply is not going to happen with the current
no.
structure.
So there's no
My
open
office has
comments.
given
Let's
this
just clarify. Open comments is
lot
when
of
things are not in the
consideration,
agenda, and you're like,
lots of
well, I
dialogue,
really got to
lots
talk
of
about my
analysis.
tree or my
In this
sidewalk
unique and
or
unconventional approach,
the
gives
policeman
tech the best
punching my
opportunity to
neighbor
reinvent
or
itself,
my school, blah blah
as
blah, or
it
the
has
farmers market
successfully done for a
closing.
century,
But we have an item in the agenda,
specifically
number
for the
18.
community of Echo Park
So
and
we
beyond,
have
which
actually
is what
an
it has
item we
always,
can speak on, all of
existed
us.
for,
Some people call on
and as a
open
beloved,
comment, and that's why
business,
you
in the
heard
14th district. So
that's why you heard
colleagues,
people
with that,
that's why you heard
for an
people
aye vote.
talk about other
Any
things
questions
like the
again,
farmers
I
market
understand
and
City
like
Attorney
parks,
Kimberly Warren Crew is here to answer any questions
you know,
specific
but
to
we
item
have
that
our
we're
own
voting on
item,
today.
and the most
Thanks,
exciting
Madam
part of
President.
all is that
Mr. O'Farrell, Mr. Correct?
the elected official Kevin De Leon,
Thank you, Madam President.
who
I was just wondering if there's any way to
who
say
introduced
that at least
this
more of the
item is going to be
facade
talking.
and
So
the history
I'm
of the
so
building
stoked for it,
itself.
and I know.
I
Stay
agree
tuned.
it's sort of
We're
a
only in
difficult
item number 3,
situation because
but it's going to
I'm not
come.
sure that
So don't go on
text can,
despair. I just
operate
wanted to explain
such
that
a
there are
large
2 different things
facility
in the
under
city
current
council
circumstances, and we obviously
process,
want the
which
business
is
to survive.
you have open
But I'm
comments
just
when
wondering
you
if there's
don't
a
have an
way
item
to
in the
preserve
agenda and you
more of the
don't,
history
you know,
as well.
you want to express
Mr.
your
Correct, is this
views
a
to the
question
city
for staff or
council,
Mr. O'Farrell?
and
That's
there
really a
are
question for Mr. O'Farrell.
agendized items, which is
Thank
like
you. Yeah, the
ours,
facade does not merit
you know, which is
preservation.
ours in
And that's crystal clear. And,
in item
I
18.
would suggest
So if you
probably
want more
upwards of
information,
15
go
or
to
20
Colombianos en Los
meetings,
Angeles.org
over the
and learn
years,
more. We're in item 3,
exploring
Kevin De Leon,
every
which please
possible,
send him so much love,
scenario
tag
in
him,
relation to
let him know
preservation
that
with
we are so
widespread community participation.
we're so stoked that
So-
he's
so
like with us,
That has been
you know,
explored
and that he
extensively, already. Mr.
and that
Krebs.
he is
Yeah,
supporting us.
you're
So
saying the
we're right now in item 3.
architectural
I just
value of it is
going
not
to
worth
call
preserving. I'm
again
just
so
wondering
that I
if
can get
there's
my name, like, you know,
enough
bumped
cultural
back, because I don't know why
significance that more of
earlier
that facade could be preserved,
they didn't call my
without
name, and I'm
that
assuming
much
it's because they're
disruption to the
expecting me to
project
speak on the
itself.
actual item. So here
It
we
has
are,
been
you all.
determined that that is not at all feasible, practical.
Okay,
nor-
wait, hold on. Let
nor
me just check this
possible,
real quick.
in relation to the future use of this site. And beyond that, I
Yeah, that's
am,
fine.
really limited into what I can say because we go beyond the actual agenda
Yeah.
item today. I'll have a whole lot more to say in the future about the future use of this site, which really helps achieve certain housing objectives that this council has been on the record for supporting in a very, very necessary way for people who need affordable housing the most. But I'm already straying from the item, and we need to stick to the what we're voting on today specifically. So, City Attorney Wong Fu, if you have anything to add, please do so.
Thank you, Councilmember. This is Kimberly Wong Fu for the record. I do not have anything to add unless there are any specific questions related to the cultural heritage ordinance. I'm available for questions.
Mr. Correct, do you have any other questions?
No, I think that's it. Thank you, Madam
All right,
President.
thank you. Let's prepare to vote on this item. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Blumenfield,
Blumenfield, aye.
Bonin,
aye.
Vizcaíno,
Aye.
Cedillo,
Cedillo, aye.
De Leon,
Aye.
Harris Dawson,
Yes.
Correct,
Aye.
Krikorian.
Aye.
Lee.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Price.
Aye.
Rahman.
Yes.
Ridley Thomas.
Aye.
Okay, they're gonna do it now. So
15
please,
ayes.
please,
This
please
matter
make
is
sure
adopted
that you're
forthwith.
calling, that you are
Let's
in
move on to
line.
item 18. This was called special by Mr. De Leon.
Thank you very much, Madam President and colleagues. Thank you very much for the opportunity to present file item number 18. As you all know, Colombia, our friend in South America, within our own Western Hemisphere, is going through some very troubling times. The Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean reports that the country's poverty rate.
We're doing this. We're doing this.
40%, not 10% or 12% or 16%, but approximately 40%. In response, so many Colombians have taken to the streets to raise their voices, to protest the growing inequality and proposed government policies that will make life even harder. If you can imagine that in one of the most its most poorest citizens in Colombia. These recent protests that we have witnessed,
All right, guys, we're doing this.
However, unfortunately, sadly, and tragically, have been met by government-led paramilitary forces.
Whoever is on Cela,
today,
please join.
My friends, my colleagues, by passing this resolution, our city council adds its voice to a growing international chorus of voices calling for an end to the horrific, brutal, and violent actions the government has led, as well as paramilitary government agencies against the Colombian people who are out in the streets today. Again,
I'm waiting and I'm so excited.
For equality and for better treatment of its citizens within Colombia. This resolution reaffirms that the right to express oneself, especially in the form of peaceful protest, is
Yeah, to watch live. Please.
LA, our family
is former LADWP member Aura Vasquez.
Yes, that's me!
In the city of LA,
Colombian,
and
and now is
Southern
Angelino.
California.
And I
so
believe,
many,
I'm not sure.
Oh my God, yes!
But possibly one of the very few Latinas to ever serve, as a WP member, the largest municipally owned utility, not just in California, but in the entire nation. So I urge you to support and be in solidarity with the people of Colombia to support this resolution. Also want to recognize the members of the city council, the Latino caucus members who have collectively signed up in
Oh my God,
support
it's
of this
so
measure. So with that, thank you very much, Madam President, as well as
California, but in the entire nation.
Members are prepared to vote on this item. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Déjame hablar.
I also want to
aye.
recognize
Vizcaíno.
the
Aye.
members of the city council,
Cedillo.
the
Cedillo, aye.
Latino caucus members who have all
De Leon.
collectively signed up
Aye.
in support of
Yes,
this measure. So
Dawson.
with that, thank you very much,
Yes.
Madam President, as well as colleagues.
Correct.
Aye.
Members is prepared to vote on this
Krikorian.
item. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Aye.
Blumenfield.
Aye.
Field aye.
Martinez.
Cronin, aye.
Vizcaíno.
O'Farrell.
Aye.
Aye.
Cedillo.
Price.
Cedillo, aye.
Aye.
De Leon.
Rahman. Yes.
Aye.
Ridley Thomas.
Aye.
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Correct.
Aye.
Aye.
15 ayes.
We're doing
Matter
this,
is
guys.
adopted forthwith.
Lee.
Aye.
Okay,
Martinez.
Madam Clerk, what's before us now?
O'Farrell.
Oh my God. Okay, well, they didn't let me speak.
Referral.
But I am just so grateful and I'm so thankful
Shortly
too.
after the meeting for
Yes.
the public viewing.
Ridley
To
Thomas.
subscribe to receive
Aye.
Well, you guys,
Rodriguez.
I just gotta say that
Aye.
they didn't let us speak,
15
but
ayes.
I am
This
just
matter is
so
adopted
beyond
forthwith.
excited that this item passed. I want to thank Kevin De Leon for answering my call when I did. And for saying yes, gracias por estar con nosotros y por decir que sí. Gracias a Adrián Vázquez, que también trabaja para él. A Sara Palacios, eres lo mejor. Gracias por ayudarnos, por estar con nosotros. Estoy súper emocionada de que esto pasó. Es grandísimo. Nosotros somos la segunda ciudad más grande de los Estados Unidos. Entonces, para mí es súper importante que esto pase. Gracias a todos. Por favor, mándenle muchos abrazos a Kevin De Leon, a todos los miembros del Latino Caucus. Yo estoy muy emocionada que he tenido la oportunidad de servir a mi país de esta forma. Entonces, gracias a todos. Bueno, por ahí les hago otro live y les cuento más de lo que está pasando con la resolución, pero ya pasó, entonces podemos estar muy orgullosos de que la ciudad de Los Ángeles está con nosotros. Gracias mil a todos. Esto quedó por aquí, por mi YouTube channel y por otras partes, entonces muchísimas gracias. Abrazos a todos y nos vemos pronto. Y ahora, por favor, vayan a Colombianos en Los Ángeles, que ahí tenemos varias cosas para que compartan en sus redes sociales, agradeciéndole a todos los miembros de los concejales, a todos los miembros del Consejo de Los Ángeles por habernos ayudado. And all right, let me just share this in English. I am just so beyond excited that this resolution passed in support of Colombia. I want to thank Kevin De Leon for answering my call in a moment of so much turmoil the first week of the riots in Colombia, and for saying yes. I want to thank Sara Palacios, también Adrián Vázquez por ayudarnos con esto y por pasar todas estas cosas. Gracias. Like, thank you so much to the Latino Caucus. Quiero agradecerle a Gil Cedillo, a Nuri Martínez, que es la presidenta de nuestro concilio, la primera mujer presidenta es una latina aquí en Los Ángeles. También quiero agradecerle a Mónica Rodríguez por votar, a todos los miembros, a all of the members of the City Council. Thank you so much. It's just been such an honor for me to be able to move this forward and to just kind of bring about this idea that it seemed at points to be very wild, but it was very, very necessary. So, abrazos. I think the next thing is going to be the Democratic Party, you guys. I'm going to go after the Democratic Party making a resolution for Colombia. So stay tuned. So exciting. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Gracias por venir con nosotros. Gracias por compartir. Ahorita están hablando de otras cosas, pero voy a reunirme con el equipo. Los quiero a todos. Gracias. Abrazos.
Fernando, at what point along the river will you be able to kayak or go boating and during what hours? Well,